Just a couple black ones. I just pluck them out.
No, you didn't.
Yep.
Well, we're live, so I guess I better start.
Let's see.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Mark. It's wonderful Mondays. And I started a little early because Wes was talking about plucking the hair out of his ears, and I didn't want you to miss that. Can you believe Wes Hampton is old enough now to have hair growing out of his ears? It makes my Monday. I'll never forget when I first started sprouting hair out the ears and you lay down and it scratches the pillow. I hate that. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Thank God it's Monday, because at 7 p.m. every Monday we get to spend time together. And so right now, please share this live broadcast. Share it right now. And let all your friends know that we are live. I see you all coming in. Hello, welcome. Just to get things kicking off on the right spirit on Mondays with Mark, welcome the Happy Goodman family.
Hello there. Children's for Jesus, we are happy and free.
Oh, there's nothing like the Happy Goodman family. Hey, guys, happy Monday to you. This is Mark Lowry, and I'm so glad you're with me. Listen, if you were with me last week, you know I was trying to get with the Easters, they were supposed to be my special guest. Well, Jeff called me the next day and said, oh, by the way, I called my cable provider, and we only have 10 megabytes per second or something like that, where, like I've got 60. He had 10. And he said, well, I told him I wanted the latest, greatest. And she said, yeah, you told us 4 years ago. So he finally got it up to 25. So we're going to have the Easters back on. And I know tonight at 7 p.m., I hope you've got your TiVo going for American Idol and The Voice. They're both on right now, and I'm recording both of them. I don't know. I watched American Idol last night. I taped it or TiVo'd it, and I don't like it that much. I think they sing better on The Voice. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know which ones I like. I like The Voice better so far. Okay, that's that. Hey, listen, I went to see before I tell you that, I want you to go to marklowry.com and sign up for my email. Because of the Facebook algorithms, the way we can make sure we can always find you is if you've signed up to my email list, and that way we can stay in touch. I was in Tulsa and Branson. Oh, I got to tell you this. I was in Tulsa and Branson this past weekend. I had 2 great concerts in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then Branson. And Dino Kartsanakis and his wife came out to Branson and brought some cakes. He makes great cakes. And I saw, then we went to Vegas, all right? And I saw a couple of shows. I saw Boz, and then which is okay. But then I saw Human Nature. And evidently Human Nature was a male quartet, a boy band in the 90s in Australia. And they do a show there in Vegas, and it was great. And they do this mashup of like doo-wop songs and, Motown songs, all those songs that we grew up with, and songs that they actually grew up with. But they were big in the 90s. I was already grown then, but I remember all these songs from the Motown days. It's a good show. I enjoyed it. But while I was there, Q, my road manager, I had to go looking for him. I've been looking for Q. I know he's around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find him. Caught you. What's happening?
Well, I'm winning some money here.
How much have you won?
So I'm up $93.60.
And how long has this been an addiction?
It's not an addiction.
So you
It's
put
an
in
investment.
$20.
And I've won 113.
You won 113.
So it's $93 in profit.
And where will you tithe?
To my wife and let her decide everything else.
That's why I have him on the road with me. I'm trying to win him to the Lord. And it's not working. No, Q, he's a good guy. Thank God for Q. Keeps me on the road safely. The bus is doing good. The Immaculate Contraption. Love that thing. Hey, I told you I went to see I Can Only Imagine today. Well, as I was exiting, I did a little bit of a review. Here you go. Well, I'm leaving the theater, having just seen I Can Only Imagine. And let me tell you, I highly recommend it. I don't know how much I would recommend it if I knew nothing about the song or Bart Millard, but I think I would. Oh my gosh, a story of redemption. If this story is true, which I'm sure it is, I didn't know the story, Bart Millard's story. I thought it was Bart Millard, but it's Bart Millard. When I first started watching the movie, I thought like the first 20 minutes, the first thing that came into my mind is, this is why you don't have parents. He had awful parents, Bart did. And the story goes from there. Another thing, one that I didn't understand is he was with the band Mercy Me on the Road in that horrible bus they traveled in. And then all of a sudden he says, I've got to go home and take care of some business. Well, I thought he was going home to like make up with his dad, but he walks in with a chip on his shoulder, and then the dad, who was meaner than the devil. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you. Go see it. It's a good movie. If you love that song, and I've always loved that song, but I've kind of forgotten about it because it's been a while. Oh my gosh, what a song. And to hear him sing it. Now, the people who play Amy Grant and Michael W. Smith, they did good, but I think it's easier to play people once they're dead. It's hard to play them when they're still living, and I got both of their numbers in my phone, and I'm sitting there thinking I could call them, and here's a lady playing them. And, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant look young enough to play themselves, but maybe, I don't know, they did a good job, those people. And Amy Grant turning that song. Oh, you may not know that part of the story. I don't want to run it for you. Amy Grant is an angel. And let me tell you, she is in real life, and she is in this movie. Oh, let's see what else. Anyway, I highly recommend that movie. I can only imagine. Take some friends who don't know the Lord. I think it's interesting. And, it's a Christian movie, and they're not always that good. But this one really is. And it really was. Dennis Quaid did a great job. Cloris Leachman, who I thought was dead, she's in it. And the part where Amy Grant, y'all, what happened was she was getting the song. I guess it's in the history books. I can only imagine she was going to record it. It was going to be her next breakout song. And she's standing in front of a huge crowd, and Bart's in the audience. He's the author of the song. And she decides on the spur of the moment to call him up and have him sing it, and the rest is history. And really, no one I'm sure, could sing that song like him. He did a great great job with that song. You know what? Also, the movie has a lot of drone footage. I thought of my brother and his drone. You could actually make a movie now with an iPhone and a drone if you did it right. Hey, Dinner Conversations. I hope you're enjoying Dinner Conversations. And if you are, listen, we really need your help. We need you to go to the link in the post on this video. In fact, you can do it. You could do it while I'm still, not, this isn't a video, this is a live broadcast, but you can click on the link that says dinner and go review it. Dinner Conversations, I think it's either below or above, I don't know. But click on that and review it. We need you to review it. And this little video right here is going to explain to you how important it is. Even if you don't like Dinner Conversations, if you review it, it helps the algorithms raise the visibility of it so that more people will see it and hopefully be helped by these conversations. Hi, I'm Mark Lowry.
And I'm Andrew Greer.
We're the hosts of Dinner Conversations, turning the light on one question at a time. And we have had a blast hosting these programs, but we desperately need you to do something for us. We need you to go to the iTunes podcast page for Dinner Conversations. You can go to the podcast page and search for it and find it and review it. We need you to review it. The algorithms, whatever that big word means, in iTunes marks how many reviews you get, and that raises your visibility on the chart, which we're thrilled when we make the chart. But what the chart does is people who are just searching, like I do all the time, for the latest will look at that chart and maybe pick Dinner Conversations, and maybe we'll be reached by something we're trying to share on one of the programs.
Right.
That's the goal.
So it makes us more discoverable. We do need your help.
So go to dinner-conversations.com, click on the Episodes tab, and then click on the Subscribe via iTunes link there. Or just go straight to your podcast app on your iPhone. Search for Dinner Conversations where you watch or listen to us every single week. Scroll down to the very bottom, click where it says Write a Review.
Leave us a review. We don't even care if it's a good review.
If you say you hate us, it'll help.
Yeah, that's right. So do that today. That will help us immensely so that we can continue to have more Dinner Conversations in the future. So thanks so much again for watching Dinner Conversations with
Mark Lowry
and Andrew Greer. Turning the light on, one question at a time. Okay, we can edit from that. Just edit my stuff out, basically.
Well, all right. Are we ready?
I think so.
Reading your comments, guys, on the Dinner Conversations has been so incredible. The Russ Taff one was amazing. And with his talking about his struggle with alcohol, and all of them are tackling very important issues, which I really wanted that particular podcast to do. Now, this Monday Nights with Mark is just whatever pops in our brains, and we want to have good, wonderful guests. And today is one of my favorite people. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my favorite people. the Hamptons. And I want, listen, let me make sure their mics are on. Here we go. Would you, wait. Got to get the applause ready. Welcome, Wes and Andrea Hampton. Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
Hello, we're good.
And you're in,
I've been very impressed with how you put all this together. This is really neat.
isn't it fun? It's kind of like, I don't know, it's this app, and my ADD has so many things that can be doing while
I'm very impressed with your ADD because you're spinning this plate and this one, and you're getting the applause ready.
And you and your beautiful wife and your 4 children live in Birmingham, Alabama.
Still, yes, almost 20 years here.
How long have you been there?
I've been here almost 20, and then she's been here for how long then?
36.
36 years. And you've been married how long?
20
years.
in August.
Yeah,
No way. Gosh, and you're a cookbook chef too, Wes? What's that all about?
You got to go to school to be a chef, so.
Oh. But you love cooking.
Yeah, it started as a hobby, and then her father said, you need to put these in a cookbook. Get a cookbook together and sell it. He said, people will buy it. I thought, no, they won't. And he was right. I was wrong.
And so is it selling good?
It sells better than music.
No.
It does. It sells a lot better than music. It does.
And so it's called Recipes?
Recipes, yes. I knew years ago I wanted to call it Recipes whenever I did it. And it's corny and it's silly, but people remember it.
Oh, man. And there's some good recipes. I talked to you, yesterday, and you were making Chick-fil-A chicken.
Filet.
Yes.
Now, how did you figure out their recipe?
I looked online. I Googled it because I thought I want to see if there's something out there. So I Googled it and I made it and I thought this tastes nothing like Chick-fil-A. So I started tweaking things, adding things, and after about 10 times or so I had it to where it tasted right. Don't you think it tastes right?
Yes.
It tastes really,
fabulous.
really good.
And your kids,
Pickle juice with it. You don't use pickle juice at all with it, and just back and forth with just little bitty changes make a big difference.
and you say your kids think it's better than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They say it is. I don't know if it is, but they say it is.
And all the kids' friends want it.
What is the secret ingredient?
Powdered sugar.
Are you serious?
Mm.
Powdered sugar.
You would never think you would bread something with powder, but it's powdered sugar and non-fat dry milk. You put it in the flour mixture.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have the cookbook, Mark?
I think I have it somewhere, but I need to investigate
Well, I'll send
that.
you one.
And then do you have another one?
No, well, I did one years ago.
And he put that in the back of this newest one.
Yeah.
But he's working on another one right now. So it'll be kind of number 3. We'll be out.
And you mentioned the iPhone. As a Christmas present last year, we got the 10.
Oh.
And it just takes fabulous pictures.
Yeah.
So I'll make something that I think is great. So I'll just take a picture of it and it's ready for the cookbook. I don't have to hire someone to come and do it. So, we're just doing it as we go along. We're just kind of slowly gathering recipes and pictures and.
He says we, but I'm not doing any
I'm
work.
trying to be nice.
Well, now here's Evan Miller wants to know, how is the Hymns album going and the new project?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Well, I was working on this hymns project. I have all the tracks done. So I have 20 something tracks done, paid for, done. Kevin Williams is producing it. So Kevin and I got in the studio and Gordon Moat came in and Matthew Holt and just some amazing musicians. So we got all the tracks done and I have my own home studio. I say studio. It's not really a studio. I kind of set it up wherever it's quiet, honestly.
Right.
So whenever I have spare time, I get a vocal done here and there. But with the vocal band, it's just been crazy. It's been so crazy because I get off the road. I need to rest when I'm home.
Sure.
I'm home for a few days. I don't want to be singing and then go back out on the road and sing again. So it's just been a long process. So I'm hoping by the end of the summer, at least the hymns will be out. And then by the end of the year, we'll have the other project out as well.
Now, let me ask you this, what were you doing, BB, before Bill?
I was working at a church here in town. And long story short, I finished up my bachelor's in psychology because at the time there was a lot going on with my family, just a lot of stuff going on. And
I see a kid back there.
Yeah.
so there was a lot going on in my life, and I wanted to finish. I wanted a degree, so I got a degree in psychology, minor music. So I went to work for a church.
You got a degree in psychology?
Psychology, which she did too.
And Andrea, you are a psychologist, right?
No, I'm a therapist. A psychologist has their doctorate. So I got my master's, and I'm a marriage and family therapist.
So do you have an office?
I don't, because I've been homeschooling for the last 3 years. Okay. So I very rarely see clients right now, but I'm keeping up all my licensure. I just don't have a whole lot of time, and he's gone a lot.
Right. Okay, so you got your psychology degree, and then what?
Graduated, went to church full time, and I enjoyed it. I had great coworkers. I did love it. I liked it. It was pretty fulfilling. It's not what I felt like God was calling me to do. Some people know that that's what they're called to do, and it's a wonderful thing. But for me, I went to school to be a doctor.
Right.
I was a biology major, so I had biology 1 and 2, chemistry 1 and 2, physics, calculus, all that stuff done. And then I was at UAB, and it was like God told me, I want you to get up, walk out of class, and change majors. I don't want you to do this. And I thought, well, what does that mean? So I did it and graduated, and then a year later, I got a call to audition for the vocal band.
Really?
Yeah.
God told you to get up and walk out and do what?
Change your major. I don't want you to be a doctor.
Oh. Okay.
I don't want you to be a doctor. And that's what I was going to do. I was going to be a doctor. It was
interesting.
It was a stable career and my music, and the vocal band was something I dreamed of, something that I wanted to do, but I thought, that's not going to happen.
You really dreamed of that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was.
And at that point, we thought that the group that would be the group that Bill retired with.
What was the group then?
Guy, Marsh, David.
Yeah, that's right.
You had moved on.
That's right. It was David, Guy, and Marsh.
Yeah. And we just assumed that was the group. And so it was not even like to say it was a dream for him. It was just like, it wasn't even a dream. It was just not going to be tangible.
Right.
Yes. So I never thought it was attainable. And then we get a call from a friend who lived in Alexandria. And she said, hey, David Phelps is leaving. No one knows. I know you love the vocal band. I can get some stuff that you have done to Bill if you want it. I said, yeah. So we sent stuff off, not thinking I would ever get a call. I would ever hear back. I thought this is not going to happen. And then we were coming home from singing at a wedding. Mm-hmm. And Guy Penrod had called me.
Really?
And I didn't answer it because I didn't know who it was. He left a voice. I called him back, freaked out, and then drove to his house and auditioned for 4 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And he kept asking me, do you know this song? Do you know this song? And everyone I knew more than Marsh knew.
Really?
Yeah, because Marsh talks about it. He said, yeah. He said, Wes came in and knew more than I did.
So there was, at his house, there was just Guy, or was Marsh there too?
Marsh came over.
Marsh came over, yes. It was Guy, Marsh, and me.
And then you and Marsh really became good friends, right?
Yeah, we became best friends and still are. We don't see each other much, but we would talk and text and kind of stay in touch.
Well, let me tell you, you, Marsh, and Guy was a great sound.
Thank you.
That was a great sound. Of course, you and Marsh, your two voices really blend well together.
I thought so too. And Marsh is such a chameleon because he and Guy are both studio singers, so they can make their voices
He's
go
one
in.
of the best singers I ever heard.
Amazing. And honestly, the group with you and Terry and Michael, that was my goal in the vocal band, to get a blend that great.
That Southern classic.
And I don't know if we ever got there, if Guy, Marsh, and I ever got there, but I feel like we got pretty close. Mm-hmm. I felt it was really great. But you and Terry and Michael had a very, very special.
So how long did you go out with the vocal band before you got it? I know Bill makes you go out and audition.
It was seven weeks.
And now go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, the very end of that was the Billy Graham Crusade, the last Billy Graham Crusade in New York.
And Bill didn't tell him where he's going to. He said, do you have a suit? And so Wes said, yes, sir. Well, we just happened to look on the Gaither calendar, and we saw Billy Graham Crusade. And I was like, do you think you're singing for that?
Oh, my goodness.
So I had a student production that I was over at church that weekend. I was over all the music.
Yeah.
I thought, I can't get out of this. And Bill said, I remember so clearly, he said, if you can get away, I'm going to make it worth your while. I thought, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So I talked to my bosses at church and said, the kids either know it or they don't know it by this point. There's nothing I'm going to do being there. And they knew it was a dream, so they were gracious enough to let me do it. I would have gone anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, isn't that awesome? I remember sitting, I think I did 1 or 2 Billy Graham crusades, but I remember sitting on the stage and just staring a hole in that man. I mean, because now you're on the stage with Billy Graham. It's almost like the fourth in the Godhead or the Protestant Pope.
Yeah.
You know? Did you feel that way?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I never got to meet him. Did you ever meet him?
No, but I shook his hand and scared everybody because Bill loves to tell that story where he was coming up the stairs, Billy was with his bodyguards, and I was determined to shake his hand, and I lunged forward with my hand, and Bill said it looked like I had a gun in my hand, but Billy shook my hand. So there you go. I shook his hand. No one else did.
I was 2 feet from him and never got to meet him. He was in a tent.
Right.
I was right there in the tent. I wanted so desperately to.
Yeah, he was so old, though.
I thought, I'm not going to press my luck, but I sure wanted to meet him. Man.
So then from there, when did you find out you got it?
A week later.
It was almost a week later. I thought, well, they found somebody else.
Uh-huh.
I'm done, But at the same time, I was so thankful for that journey.
Yeah.
Because it was a dream of mine to sing the vocal band, and I got to sing the vocal band.
Yeah.
So maybe God's just fulfilling that part of the dream, and someone else will get it, and great for them.
Yeah. Now that you've been in the vocal band for how many years?
I'm almost 13, Mark.
That's how long I'd been there when I left the first time.
You were 14 though, right? You were 14 when you left?
14? I did 14, then came back for 5. I don't know. It was.
The guy was here for 14 years, so.
So you're going to break all our records.
That's my goal.
That should be your goal. Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Do you get tired?
Well, yeah. I got tired this past week because we did 4 concerts in Florida, and then got right on a Gaither ship. Yeah. On a Holland America ship to do a Gaither cruise in the Caribbean for 7 days. And Mark, for people who don't know what that's like, they think it's a bunch of relaxation and just kind of sitting around, but it's a lot of singing. So I was
2 shows a day, isn't it?
2 shows a day.
A minimum. A country night is 2 nights, and that's 3 a day.
It's 3 shows a day for 2 days.
Yeah.
We do get a day off in the middle of the week, which is so great. So great.
And I know that sounds, many of you might be thinking, hey, work is digging ditches, and you're right. You're right.
It's true.
That's real work.
I worked at Sears, I know.
But did you work at Sears?
I did. Sears Flooring and Carpet.
His first job when we were married. And then he also worked at our church and made $50 every other week as an intern.
$50.
So
and then
$100 a month.
I worked in retail for how long?
Banana Republic.
Year and a half, 2 years?
Oh my God.
I started out, I think I got up to $9.50 an hour. I'm thinking, man, this is great.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm blessed. I never had a real job. I don't know what I would do. I'd be somewhere saying, you want fries with that. You've heard that before. Hey, listen, I want to meet all the kids, which we have seen popping up behind. But before we do, I want to take us back to, when was this that you sang with Steve Green?
It was 2000, when was that, baby? About 2000.
Right. I was pregnant with Carden.
I joined the group in 2005, right?
Uh-huh.
So probably 2000.
This is about 2009 or so. Okay, yeah.
2008.
And Steve Green is a hero of yours, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My parents raised me listening to all types of music. Whitney Houston, Billy Joel, Phil Collins, America, Steve Green, Larnell, Russ Taff, Imperials, vocal band. Right. So I had a very wide musical palette, but Steve Green was kind of he was the dude.
And he met him at the reunion, the vocal band. Officially met him.
Yeah, at the vocal band.
He had met him
reunion.
at concerts.
Right.
Yeah. And then he was going to come in town. I don't think maybe I did have a cell number. I can't remember how we got a cell number, but I remember I got a cell number and I thought, I have Steve Green's cell number. Holy cow. And I wasn't going to call or text him.
And isn't he the nicest fella?
He's the most genuine meek person.
He's a fella that has also discovered grace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he went from he had a journey through fundamentalism into grace, just like me. Hey, and before we introduce those 4 munchkins that are all over your house, that, by the way, I think are some of the greatest kids I've ever met, and we're going to introduce them to our audience, which we've got a big crowd, 755 people are in here.
That's cool.
Thank you all for tuning in to Mondays with Mark. We'll be right back after we hear Wes Hampton and Steve Green sing. What song is this?
It Is Well with my
Oh, that's right. I should know that old hymn. It Is Well. Here we go.
Okay, so just bear with us, okay? Because we just ran through this once,
Right, boys.
before the doors open.
That is very
Finally
true.
your turn.
So if there's a mess up, I'm the guilty one.
Come on. But I want to sing with us, so let's try.
Absolutely.
When peace like a river attendeth my way,
When sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my heart thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part, but the whole is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. For it is well with my soul, It is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my face shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as the scroll. The drums shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my
And to think that was done on a phone, that was recorded on a phone. Hey, boys, what did you think of that?
Nice.
It was good. Were you proud? Were you proud of your father?
Yes, sir.
So now, raise your hand if your name is Barrett. Your name's all right. Raise your hand if your name is Hudson. All right, Hudson. And Carden. Carden, where's Carden? There's Carden. And Sutton. All right, now which one of you is the smartest? All right. How would you prove that, Sutton? Hey, so do you guys have something that your dad does that you think is funny? What does he do that's really funny? Hey, where is your dad? Hey, come over here and do the dance. Everybody wants to see the dance. Let's see a little of the dance. All right, here he goes.
Get ready?
So,
Hudson can do a dance too.
Hudson, do your dance.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, go.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do your dance. Oh gosh, now I've lost him. Perfect. Okay, let me ask you something, Sutton. Come over here. Sutton and Hudson. I want to ask Hudson. Let me ask Hudson something. Hudson, you're in what grade?
6.
You're in 6. And Barrett, you're in?
8.
Okay. Hudson, do you have a girlfriend yet? Okay. Do you have, what about you, Barrett? No? Okay. What about you, Sutton? You do? What's her name? Well, listen, guys, do y'all ever sing together? Do y'all sing? Nobody sings?
We play instruments.
What do you play?
We all play piano.
We play piano, and Hudson and I play guitar, and we've all we started on drums.
All right. Now, do you ever help your dad cook?
Sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes.
Is he a good cook?
He is.
Yes,
He
sir.
really is.
What's your favorite thing that he cooks?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Is it really?
His chocolate chip bun cake. That's my favorite.
I've had that. He made that for everybody on the bus one Christmas. Those chocolate chip bundt cakes are unreal. So let me ask you something. What do you all go to homeschool? So how do you meet other friends to play with, and or do you just all hang together?
We have a co-op on Tuesday that we go to.
A co-op?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so you meet other kids?
It's sort of like public school, but only one day a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to science, art, and history.
Huh.
And our history is called Tapestry of Grace.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of history, geography, literature, and writing. So
Wow.
we'll have papers to do on each of the 3 subjects, and we'll have geography tests. And this year we're learning about the 20th century and people from the 1900s.
Wow. From the 20th century, my era. Wow. Well, thank you guys for talking to me. I'm so proud of y'all. I've loved watching y'all grow up. I think you're wonderful young men, and I can't wait to see. Do you have any idea yet what you want to do when you grow up?
I thought about being a radiologist.
Oh,
A doctor?
you do? What about you, Sutton?
I don't know what to be yet.
You know, you think you got time to wait and think about it? What about you, Hudson?
I have no idea.
You don't? You don't have any idea what you want to do? Well, thank you, guys. Hey, listen, where's your dad?
I'm right here.
Right there. Get back in the picture so we can see. Oh, you know what? I can take me out of the shot. And there you all are. Oh, look at the 5 guys. So do you ever go out, just the 5 of y'all, and do boy stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Okay, what do we do recently, guys?
Fishing.
Yeah, I took them fishing recently. There's a lake really close by. We get in the car and go fishing. We love to go ride bikes.
Yeah.
We're a bike center neighborhood together. What else? A lot of we have a really beautiful nature trail close by, and we'll go and just take our little sticks and go hiking. There's a couple little pretty streams, and
Sure.
Especially this time of year, it's getting so pretty out.
Now, do you ever wish you'd have had a girl, at least one, maybe one? Y'all could still shoot for one more. Would you guys like to have a sister? Would you like to have another brother?
Another brother?
No. So 4's enough?
No. I think a girl would just. Girls are expensive.
Well, you know, Guy kept going till he found. What?
Dolls? Sonny says they would have dolls.
And girls are expensive. And plus, the more kids you have, the more chances you have of one of them at least being an axe murderer. You know, you think about, oh, guy's got 8. One of them, which one, if you had to pick, which one would be the axe murderer? Which one? You go, look at. Oh, Lord, you boys behave. Don't murder anybody with axes at this time, all right? All right, y'all, I love you guys. I'm going to let y'all go. Let me see how I hang up with y'all. I don't really know how. Hey, bye-bye. Okay, y'all, it's just us now. Let me see how I'll get back here. Thank you for tuning in. Gosh, we went 41 minutes. That's a long time. Let me see. Wes Hampton, you never age. That's the truth. That's what Melanie says. Looking at some of your comments. It's difficult hearing Wes and the children. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Shoot. Someone said that at Denzel Bags. Could y'all hear? Well, anyway, I'm going to get better at this. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here on Mondays at 7 p.m. every Monday night. I thank you for tuning in. Should we go out with another Happy Goodman family song? What's another good one? Oh, Sister Vestal, come on up here and sing God Walks the Dark Hills. Good night, everybody.
God walks the dark hills, the way, the byways. Oh, he walks on the billows of this life's troubled sea. He walks in the cold, dark night, the shadows of midnight. God walks the dark hills just to guide you and me. God walks the dark hills to guide my footsteps. Oh, he walks everywhere, by night and by day. He walks inside on down the highway. God walks the dark hills to show me the way. Then God walks in the storms, the rain or the sunshine. Oh, he'll walk in your shadows or through glimmering light. He'll help us walk up the mountain so high, cross our rivers through valleys. God will walk the dark hill. See, he